Okay, chit-chatty little video. We are in our trying to conceive mode and we are trying to make a baby super quick. So I thought I would share with you the supplements that I've been taking from like a pills perspective, but also like liquids, powders, things that I've been looking to add into my diet from now or from the last few months really. So starting with cod liver oil. This is actually from Super Value, I believe. You're looking for a complex of 3, 6, and 9. So this is really nice. I also, at bonus points, cod liver oil has vitamin A, which is super important for babies' brain health, eye health, and overall development, as well as an anti-inflammatory effect that it has for mom. So I've been supplementing with an omega-3 complex for like the last year. I also recommend it for all nursing mamas. It changes not necessarily the caloric amount of our breast milk, but it changes the fat composition. So what sort of fats are present in your breast milk. So super, super lovely. I love to include a cod liver oil or an omega complex if you're trying to conceive. The next thing is a vitamin D. I've done a different video on supplements that I recommend for fertility, but vitamin D is one of them, but only if you are deficient, so make sure you get your blood work done first. This is my favorite one. It's the Deluxe brand. This one also has K2. Actually I haven't taken it yet today. I take a double spray because I am still I'm actually tandem feeding but still nursing, so it means that my babies get that little whammy too. I have an Instagram post all about vitamin D supplementation for our little ones if you're breastfeeding, if you're curious. The next thing that I'm taking is coenzyme Q10, and this is something that, or ubiquinol it's also called, and this is something that is naturally occurring in your body but actually slowly ebbs away as we age. And so this has been really, really helpful for us in all of our trying to conceive journeys, but both Pete and I take it. Some lovely research on this one. Really, really helpful. The next thing then, like, where do I start? I've got so much stuff. The next thing that we're taking is a supplement that contains not only folate, but also choline, although I do still eat at least 2 eggs with the yolks intact per day. And that is my prenatal vitamin. I find it very difficult to find a prenatal that I actually like. This is from the Thorne brand, Thorne, and it contains vitamin A, vitamin C, D, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate as methylfolate, which is the naturally derived form as opposed to the synthetic form, glucosamine, B12 as methylcoalbumin, and biotin. Really lovely. You take 3 of these a day. So in order for you to really be getting the right amounts, so what's actually required of you per day, majority of supplements you do need to take 3 a day. So if you are struggling with nausea, it might be worthwhile considering a liquid format or a powder format, which the gorgeous company As Needed, I believe it's called, which I'll leave down below, do a powdered version, which is also really lovely. I just don't have that at the moment, so I'm taking these. These are bad boys. Oh, I'm all sniffly with hay fever. Flying through these. The next thing that I'm taking is a powdered animal organ powder supplement, whatever you want to call it. This I've been adding into pretty much everything. So if I'm doing like a broth, a soup, like a bolognese mixture, or like lasagna, I will add this in. This is from a company called Shinshir Supplements, and it's really lovely, wild, free, no added stuff. Trying to eat from nose to tail as much as we can, and still learning along the way as ex-vegans. Perhaps I should do a whole video on that. Oh, I'm kind of tempted not to, but feeling a huge benefit from adding meat back into our diet overall. Moving on swiftly, the next thing that I've added, and this is something that I'm now recommending all mums who are trying to conceive, postnatal, under a lot of stress, or lactating mamas take. And this is an adrenal cocktail of some kind. These are my favorite ones. This is a sample pack from the company called Element. No sugar. This is actually one of my favorite flavors, the citrus salt. It comes in lots of lovely flavors. The ones I have in here are citrus, raspberry, orange, watermelon, but they also come in like interesting flavors like chocolate. I will say these are incredibly salty. The first time that we tried them, I was like, it's straight up seawater, but now I crave them. I fill up my water bottle with a bit of ice, one of these, and sip it before I go to bed. The magnesium is literally magnesium, potassium, and salt with some stevia flavors. But my body craves it. It's like it just switches something on inside of the cells in my body. I've got less brain fog and more energy during the day. This is really lovely. Do consider it. Alternatively, these are quite expensive, and difficult enough to get in Ireland anyway. I will take these trace mineral drops, put like 10 drops in the bottom of a glass, and a pinch of sea salt, Himalayan pink sea salt if we have it around, that flaky kind, or the Malden one is my favourite. So good. And then a splash of fresh, like, whole orange juice once a day as an adrenal cocktail, and it's just really made me feel a lot less depleted, which I believe I was not all that long ago, and just completely burnt at both ends. So that's been really helpful. The other thing that I've been taking from like a adding to your food perspective is seaweed. We do go seaweed harvesting every so often, and I will get like a lot of kelp and we will layer that in our lasagna. I will freeze some of it and add it to smoothies and things like that, but this is really nice if you just want to add it to like your salt. It's by a company called Wild Irish Seaweed. This is the carrageen. I've got kombu here, and you can just add it into your salt shaker. Don't want to spill it everywhere. It's so lovely. You can see it's literally flaked. So it means, excuse my grungy, crusty gardening hands, but it's so lovely because you can just sprinkle into your food, and you get all of those gorgeous, the boost of those, the lovely iodine, which is what we really should be getting. Fantastic for a baby's brain development, and fantastic for you as well, for your thyroid function. So double whammy there. In other countries, they actually recommend iodine supplementation from baby's brain development from very, very early on, in the same way that they would recommend you take folic acid in Ireland, 500 micrograms, I believe, 400 micrograms, and 5 milligrams if you are if you struggle with obesity or diabetes or are considered high risk from that perspective. So worthwhile considering taking some of these supplements. I'm really enjoying them, and I'm hopeful that these will encourage our little baby here sooner rather than later. Sending you loads of baby dust, and I will keep you posted if we have any lovely baby news. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.